You know, you can still be single and child-free and not want anything to do with men in terms of... Oh, he is so happy here. Oh, look at that. You can just, you know, I'm tapping out. I'm not dating. And still end up centering and taking care of a man like he is your baby. Look at this story. This is for all of the women who have brothers out there who might as well be your son. Look at this. So this is a, what the hell, man? I don't have my xylophone. This is from the New York Times to the ethicist. And by the way, if you want to write into me, you can go to melaniehamlet.com, and I have a submission page, and just read the instructions there, and maybe I'll read your thing. I've been meaning to mention that to y'all. Anyway, and also join my Patreon if you want to see personal stories, travels content, my lives, my watch parties, all that stuff. Head on over there. Anyway, a reader asked the ethicist, I come from a large family. My siblings and I are now in our 50s to 70. Our parents, worn out by so many children, ended up neglecting our needs physically and emotionally in different ways. I hold no grudge. They did their best, and they've been gone for decades. Oh, decades. Wow. Okay. That's sad. They lost them pretty young, I guess. Unfortunately, my younger brother has been couch surfing with me and other siblings for about 20 years. 20 years. 20 years. They're all in their 50s to 70s. He spent some time living in inexpensive countries on his inheritance. Okay, that word right there says a lot. That means that there is, you know, some form of generational wealth. Doesn't mean that they're loaded or whatever, but like, unlike a lot of people, they actually inherited something other than debt. And if you can like bounce around and live for, 20 years on and off on your inheritance, that seems like a lot of money. Like a lot of money, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know how other people live. I'm just curious if he was like passport broing it over there. Anyway, but now the money is gone. So he blew through his inheritance, but still was able to do that for decades. He's been living with me the last few years, and as I approach 60, I'm exhausted, and I don't feel I can host him much longer. You are not hosting him. I don't even know the gender of this person. I am assuming this is a woman. It could be a man, but this is what women do. We do this so much. We take care of our brothers, our sons, our husbands, our boyfriends, our male friends, literally male friends that we're not even dating. We will give this kind of care to sometimes. And yet we would never do that for women. Not on this level. I wish we would do this more for women. This is more like, this sounds like just straight up enabling. Anyway. For years, I and others have urged him to get counseling for his anxiety and his difficulties with executive function. Okay, yeah, as somebody who ADHD have serious executive function difficulty, anxiety, childhood essay, all kinds of stuff. Like, that's anxiety and executive function problems is all he has. I just like, if he had like major disability, if he had like a lot of trauma from something that he experienced and other, like I would get this more like this, that's it. He just has, anxiety. Join the club. I don't know. Maybe I sound cold, but what's behind this? What's his excuse? We've also just suggested that he see a social worker and start building independence, especially as he gets older. Yeah, this dude, what is it? They're all in between 50 and, this guy is still a couch surfing in his somewhere between the age of 50 and 70. I guess he's probably 50 if he's the youngest. I don't even know if he's the youngest. This is younger than this sibling, but I don't even know if he's the youngest. But we do know he's a man, so it's gonna be like all women and one boy. I could totally see this. He insists he's working on tech projects. Oh, great. That will bring in passive income. Sure. I bet he's an entrepreneur too, on dating sites, right? He's highly intelligent and has big dreams. Oh, don't they all? Don't all the homosexuals have big, huge dreams? But they don't do anything. But nothing has panned out. Yeah, I mean, y'all, like he's 50. Or at least 50 years old, and none of this has panned out yet. Y'all, do you get it? He's never going to grow up. He is literally hoping he can ride this out as long as possible. As long as someone is going to take care of this man, he will never do anything. This is that learned helplessness crap that a lot of men fall into because they can. Because there's always a woman, and I don't even know if this is a woman, because men do this every once in a while too, but there's always a woman. And if they can't find one, they go to church. They'll go to a church. I have one relative who, there was a man sitting in the freaking lobby or whatever, hanging out on a pew, and boy, did that man get his groceries paid for and everything. That guy never went in. He didn't even listen to the sermon. Like, he didn't even pretend to care about church. He just hung out in the lobby of a church. Do you know how many women were doing his grocery shopping, taking him everywhere? He came to Thanksgiving dinner to my family. I wasn't there. Because of course. So even women who are not related to these men will take care of them. Never in the same way that they would never take care of women in the same way. I mean, I hope that's changed because so many women are, it's not because they blew through their inheritance because they were traveling around for decades. It's because they, I don't know, had domestic violence or financial abuse or usually when women don't have money, sometimes it's for addiction, sometimes it's for this, but a lot of times it is because a man has traumatized her or, like brutalized her somehow. Taken her money, is like using the courts against her, like it's domestic violence, it's all kinds of things, but it's not just because she has anxiety and executive function issues. It's like, come on. God, the way we baby men. But nothing's panned out. Nothing's panned out. Give up on this man. Nothing will ever pan out as long as y'all just keep letting this dude just couch surf. None of my other siblings can take him in again. Oh, they could. They won't. Sounds like your siblings have better boundaries and aren't enabling this guy. I do think he needs counseling, clear, and maybe medication, probably. I'm empathetic by nature. See, now this is why this drives me crazy because I really hate the way that so many people, I'm an empath. Maybe you should go to help for codependency. Men will weaponize our empathy. Say wimpathize, weaponize our empathy. But really, they're usually just weaponizing our socialization to be codependent and male-centered, or to overgive and self-abandon. And that does not, like, you're not an empath if you do that. If you just feel bad for someone in the expense of your own self-abandonment, that doesn't make you an empath, because I don't even know what the hell that is. That sounds like self-abandon. Put someone else's needs, which is not needs, because this guy, he sounds perfectly capable, but why would he? Why would he change if he doesn't have to? Why? Men do, especially men, do not change unless they want to and have to. Why would they want to or have to when they're on easy mode? Even though in the end they actually suffer from this, because no one wants to hang out with you. No one wants to be in a relationship with you. Oh, a codependent woman would. But you'll never know, like, deep connection if you're just taking advantage of everyone in your life. Your siblings. I'm surprised that the only reason he probably like dates women and like crashes on their couches and like whatever, but always, bounces back to a sibling. We have got to stop being men's safety net, and being an empath does not excuse our behavior. They are never going to change. If this is why, I cannot change men. I have given up. It's not my job. I don't want to. I've got better things to do. But if I can reach women and through my own experience and through collective experience show you how we have got to work on this stuff, then I feel like I'm helping somehow. Because I've never had a brother, but I've done this. I dated a homosexual, okay? I know. It's hard to cut the baby off the tit. I'm empathetic by nature, and I hate the idea of putting him out on the street. Oh, don't worry. He'll get on a dating app. Don't worry. But would that be what finally gets him to seek professional help? Yeah? Either that, or he will get on a dating app and find a woman to move in with. One or the other. But a much better chance, he will not get help. And he's in easy mode. God, I swear to God, never let men get too comfortable. Never. Now, I'm not just your partner. Your sons, your brothers, your male friends who are exploiting you, your Don't let them get too caught. This is what they do. I'm not equipped to be his caseworker. Am I enabling him to avoid the help he needs by continuing to provide him with a place to say, yeah, yeah. Now, the ethicist has a whole big, long response. I think the ethicist is being way too easy on this dude. But he does say, in truth, the line between care and enabling is often blurred. But why is she caring for him? This isn't care. This to me just seems enabling. She hasn't mentioned any other factors. If he had a disability, if he had some chronic illness, if he had some nothing has been mentioned other than the fact that they were all somewhat neglected. But all of them, everyone else seems to be able to work, and he had a decent inheritance where he could live off of for decades, and now has no money, but doesn't seem to be doing anything. Just says these. So even this, I swear to God, this is really big in the South. I swear, every home, every other home. Let me just talk about white Southern Americans, because this is what I know true for us. It's like every other home has a son who's living in the basement or the attic, or just who will not leave. I swear to God. And it's one thing if there's an issue, but rarely there is. There's always some son living in the basement, and it's because of us. It's because of us. They wouldn't live there if they weren't allowed to live there. And it's usually their mom or a sister or some woman who just feels awful cutting them off. I mean, I know one currently in my family who is well educated, was set up to thrive. This is a distant relative, and they have money, lawyer, whatever. This kid has no excuse, and he plays video games. I cannot, and I'm always just I would love to know what if this was a daughter, that this would be the case, because I seriously doubt any woman would be allowed to play video games in her parents' home forever when she has no disabilities, no mental health issues, no addictions, even nothing. Well educated, very well educated. But I like the way that he says this. You're not obligated to sacrifice your own well-being indefinitely. I don't think you're obligated to sacrifice it at all. You've already done it for years. And your compassion risks sustaining his arrested development. Perfect right there. While allowing your own life to contract around his needs. Giving him a permanent crash pad can keep him from finding his own feet and from having a real shot at building a life of his own. Exactly. And especially this late in the game, because once he gets old, now what? I mean, oh my God, this drives me crazy. The way, and I don't know if that's a woman, but I'd be willing to put money on it, that's a sister. Or a sibling that was parentified. Maybe it's the older sibling or whatever, but we know it's usually women. And it's just, we're just taught to sacrifice at every corner. And I don't even know that person's situation. I don't know if they have kids, if they're married. I don't know their situation, but they're between 50 and 70 years old and have a grown-ass man couch surfing with them indefinitely for years because he spent his parents' money. And he probably does Bitcoin and all that crap. So please, even if this is why some women are I don't date men. I don't center them. You can center men without dating them, without being attracted to them, without forking them, without even being friends with them. Are you still centering men in your family? Because so many women never stop doing that because this stuff runs so deep. And then especially if our parents kind of set us up to do that by not being around or parentifying us or whatever. So yeah, I'm sorry, but big brothers are a menace to so many women. In my comments, they're constantly talking about them being their bullies and being favored and then younger brothers too. I used to want a brother so bad, and now I'm so glad I didn't have one and I have a sister, because I am sure patriarchy would have absolutely played out in our family if there was a man being centered. But because my mom was a single mom. She had 2 daughters. I dodged that bullet. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. And again, if you like my stuff, if you want to submit something, go to melaniehamlet.com. Then there's like a page thing you can do. And hopefully I will, I don't guarantee I'm going to respond or whatever, but just whatever. And look at this golden hour. Oh my God, look, there's the pony. Aha! Look at that. There he is. Fabio. Fabio. Hello. Cuckoo. Cuckoo, Fabio. Hey, let me out. I'm going to go out. Oh, you want to be pet? Okay, usually I give y'all a comment song. I'm going to do this instead of a comment song. Some pony time. Look at that silhouette. Oops. Oh my God, I can't get this fence. Look at you. Fabio, Fabio, look at you with the hair, Fabio. Okay. Bye. Oh.